Hello everyone, my name is James and welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about whether a penalty could be coming Max Verstappen's way following the big news this week that Mercedes are appealing the steward's decision over the lap 48 incident between Verstappen and Hamilton at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Now, if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Formula 1 content. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So first of all, let's refresh our minds as to what happened. So Hamilton was fighting Verstappen for the lead, and on lap 48, he was launching a big attack on him. And on the run down to turn 4, Hamilton was incredibly close to Verstappen and had DRS as well. Now, Verstappen covered off the inside on the straight, so Hamilton wasn't going to get through there, so he moved to the outside. And with the straight line speed Hamilton was showing in Brazil, he just breezed past Verstappen on the straight on the run down towards turn 4. Now, Verstappen wasn't going to have any of this, and he was late on the brakes, went down the inside going into turn 4, but in the process of doing that, ended up running himself and Hamilton off the circuit. Now, the stewards did note the incident, but decided not to investigate it. They were happy overall that from the camera angles they had, that Verstappen did nothing wrong. However, the one camera angle they did not have was Verstappen's onboard, and that was released by F1 on Tuesday. And after that footage was released on Tuesday, Mercedes put out a statement on Twitter that said they are requesting a right of review over the incident on the basis of new evidence that wasn't available at the time, and that new evidence will be the onboard from Max Verstappen. Now, this doesn't mean an appeal will automatically be heard. The stewards must first decide whether the new evidence brought to them is significant and relevant, and they'll debate on that before deciding whether they want to re-examine their decision. And if they decide that it's worth it, they may very well reopen the case. But they may decide just to stick to their previous decision in that they felt Verstappen did nothing wrong and therefore did not investigate the incident. But if the stewards do feel Mercedes do have a case and decide to reopen it, is Verstappen at risk of a penalty? Well, first of all, let's take a look at his new onboard footage. Now, you can see at this point, Hamilton is well past him as they approach the corner. But Verstappen isn't going to want to give this up without a fight. This is his championship lead being cut down right in front of him by his title rival. So Verstappen sends it down the inside, and I think this was the right thing to do. There was room to do it, and as I say, he's fighting for the World Championship with Lewis Hamilton. He's not going to make this easy, and if there's a gap, he's obviously going to go for it. So I've got no criticism of Verstappen going into the corner, braking late and trying to get back alongside Hamilton, which he actually does. But if you have a look at Verstappen's steering angle, he's not really turning that much left at all. I mean, he's on the tight inside line here. If he's going to make that corner, he's going to have to be turning hard left. But there's just not a lot of lock at all towards the left. There's a bit, but not enough really to make the corner. And this continues towards the outside of the circuit when Verstappen eventually does turn hard left, as you can see here. But by this point, he's not going to make the corner. It's too late, and he runs himself out of road and goes off the circuit. And because Hamilton's on the outside, he's got nowhere to go and ends up running off with him. But I'm no racing driver, and it could very well be a case of Verstappen was braking late into turn 4, was carrying a lot more overspeed, and therefore turning hard left to try and make the apex of the corner could result in a massive flat spot on his tyres, could destabilise the car. It could have been any of those factors. But overall, as a result of Verstappen's actions, he ran himself off the road as well as Hamilton. Now, I don't want this championship to be decided by stewards' decisions. I want this championship to be decided on the track. But I think what Verstappen did in Brazil was really on the limit of what you're allowed to do. And I think it'll be up to the stewards, if they do decide to reopen the case, to decide whether Verstappen crossed that limit. And, well, if they do reopen the case, and they do feel that's the case, a penalty could very well be coming Verstappen's way. But I don't think it will be any more than a 5-second time penalty. And this would mean 5 seconds added on to Verstappen's race time in Brazil. But this would mean dropping him to third. After Hamilton managed to get past Verstappen in the race, Verstappen knew he wasn't going to get back at Hamilton, so decided to look after the engine and wasn't driving that fast at all. However, this meant Bottas was able to start closing in on him and got within 5 seconds of Verstappen at the end of the race. Now, if Verstappen were to get a penalty and be demoted to third, that would mean 3 points taken away from him. So the championship lead he's currently got at 14 would be reduced to 11, and those are crucial points. And Red Bull would obviously protest this and say that if Verstappen knew at the time he had a 5-second penalty, he would not have slowed down that much and stayed at least 5 seconds ahead of Bottas towards the end of the race. Now, it's not often that the stewards will overturn their decision, but we'll see what happens as the week pans out. But guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, take care.